Hello, 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 and welcome back to A Little Birdie Told You. I'm your host, Kristen Knight.
And I'm your host, Kelly Knight.
And today we are going to be discussing the let them theory. And it's as simple as it sounds. Basically, we're going to talk about why you should just let them. Just let them be them. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to just let people be them and why you should apply this theory to your life and our perception of the let them theory.
Because I think in general, when you let somebody just let them do what they want, especially in a relationship, it's more as like an easy flowing, healthier relationship, if that makes sense. That's almost like if somebody breaks up with you because they think the grass is greener on the other side. Let them think the grass is greener on the other side, even if it isn't, because everybody has to learn what you had is maybe more than what you need, if that makes sense.
When you just let someone be them, you're going to see their true colors instantly.
Yeah.
If a guy wants to cheat on you, I know we've heard of this one. If your friends don't want to include you, if that person wants to ignore you and ghost you, just let them. Don't fight about it. Don't fight for it. Just let somebody do what they want. If they want to break up with you, if they don't want to be a part of your life, then what are you witnessing right now? You're witnessing their true colors. When you find someone and say somebody wants to break up with you, since we're talking about relationships, and you're saying that they want to break up with you because they think the grass is greener on the other side. They think leaving you is going to be a better option for their life.
Let's and put more this, beneficial for them.
Yeah, let's put this into context here. Say they think, okay, I'm going to leave you. My life's going to be better. Okay, well, maybe it's going to be better in their eyes. So you know what? Just let them. Don't fight for it. Don't sit there and beg on your knees, hands and knees for them to stop. Just say, just okay, that's fine. Just let them. They want to do it, so let them. Let them be them. They made the decision. Allow them to follow through with the decision. Because when you allow people to just be them, yes, maybe they're not doing what you want, but you're going to find yourself in much more peace because you're going to control your own emotions.
Yeah.
You can never control how someone else feels. You can never control what someone else is going to do in their lives. That's as simple as it's said. You can't. I can't tell Kelly over here to do what she wants to do. I can't tell you what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I can control how I react to that situation. So I'm just going to let you do what you want to do. Because if you don't want to be in a relationship with me, if you want to cheat on someone, if you don't want to include your friend that has been there for you, or you don't want to do nice things for somebody and they're over here, say someone's talking bad about you and you're over here doing nice things for them and they want to talk bad about you and you're giving them your energy and your time, let them. Because you know what? They're going to realize how they treated you. They're going to kind of get their instant, how should I say this, realization that, wow, I treated this person terrible and then they eliminated me from their life.
Yeah.
Just let them do that. Because when you try to say, okay, they did this because they had a bad day, or you make excuses for someone, because I think a lot of us do that.
Yeah, and I think excuses is the worst, way to, I guess you could say, distract yourself from the real problem.
Exactly.
And you just make it up in your mind. And I think especially, me as an overthinker, I think I make a lot of excuses for things, and I catch myself doing that. And I think a lot of us do that. But I think it's the worst possible way to, take a problem and be like, oh, well, it was just this and it was just that.
And then it shades their true colors.
Yeah.
So to be clear here, when you prevent somebody from doing something, if you prevent them from breaking up with you, if you prevent your friends from talking bad about you, and you know, oh, they're going to say something about me, so I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to leave because I know they're going to talk bad about me. They're not going to invite me, so I'm going to make sure I invite myself, and I'm going to make sure that they know I want to come. Or he doesn't like me, so I'm going to make him like me. I'm going to make sure he talks to me and doesn't talk to her because I know he likes her more. Well, that's putting yourself in a position where you're constantly allowing your mind to revolve around these issues, not giving yourself a sense of gratification and peace. You're not giving yourself any peace because you're trying to control someone else who evidently is not going to listen to what you want them to do. The end result is always going to be the opposite of your favor if you're trying to control the situation. When you just let them, then the peace all comes to you because you're going to put yourself in a position where you're in a wavelength to attract the things that you want. If those friends talk bad about you, okay, you found out they talk bad about you, you can drop those friends and find new ones. Find ones that don't talk bad about you. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Well, guess what? You can now drop him because he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. And you're putting yourself in a position and aligning with somebody who's going to be best fit for you compared to him or her.
I think another thing to add to what Kristen just said is, in general, if something is meant to happen, like you said, if somebody is trying to break up with you and you stop it, or you try to stop it. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen either way. So if you stop it and a month goes by and they end up breaking up with you again, that is on you. I'm sorry to say, but that is on you. Because if you're somebody that's going to keep hanging out with friends that talk bad about you, and you end up sitting there and you stay and you're like, oh, well, now they can't talk bad about me because I'm standing right here, they're going to end up talking bad about you either way. Even if you're not friends with them, people talk bad about you no matter what. That's why they're behind you and not in front of you. So look at the people in front of you and make new friends.
Exactly. And when you just allow things to naturally happen as they happen, you attract the things that are meant to be yours. It's natural now. So if you let those people talk bad about you, they don't know you. They don't really know who you are. So just let them. You know, if you're in a room and you walk in a room and you notice people start having some sort of opinion on you, and maybe it's a negative opinion. And we've probably all experienced that, where maybe people talk bad about us. I mean, we've been places together and all of a sudden people have something to say. But we just let them. Do we make a big deal out of it? No, because we're detached from it. Who cares what they have to say? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they have to say. They don't know me. They don't know Kelly. They don't know you. Nobody even really truly knows somebody. They don't know the things you've been through.
They know your name, but they don't know your story.
Exactly.
Because everybody can look at everybody and be like, oh, I know that person's name, or you know little details about them that other people know, but truly nobody really knows who you are deep down and what you're going through. So
it's like they're looking at a cover of a book, but they've never read the book.
Don't judge a whole book unless you've read the whole thing. Because everybody goes through different chapters, and you'll never be there for all of them unless you read them.
Exactly. And that's why you just let people be people. People who come into your life, if they want to leave, if they want to go, let them. You know, if they treat you bad, don't let them stick around and treat you bad. Just say, okay, well, they just proved to me that they value me this way. They're proving their value and their worth to you. Let them do that. Let them do what they want. If a guy says, oh, I'm going to be out for a while, and you're dating this guy, let him. Let's see if you can trust him. Can you trust him? Because when he comes back, let him see how he acts. Just let these people do what they want to do. Don't put so much pressure on it. When you pressure something, it actually makes someone to rebel even more. So just let people be people. You want someone to let you just be you, right? You want someone to allow you to be your authentic self and just be who you naturally are. Let other people do the same thing. It's going to strengthen your relationship. It's going to give you an understanding of yourself and the things that you're going to tolerate. You're going to understand, I tolerate this. If someone does this, I don't accept that. It's not my expectation. The thing is a lot of people in our lives, we try to hold them to a certain expectation. You know, if we're in a relationship, we want them to do X, Y, and Z. We have friends, we want them to do X, Y, and Z. We have maybe people in our lives, we want them to do X, Y, and Z, all these things for us. And the minute that they don't do that, we want to manipulate them into doing that. If a guy doesn't do these things for you, a girl doesn't do these things for you, you want to manipulate them into believing they do these things for you. Okay, maybe he didn't do that. Well, I'm going to manipulate into believing that he did this for me. And you're trying to control them and control their attitude and control how they believe. Just let them speak. You know, when someone's speaking to you about something, a lot of people, they tend to be insecure and they try to convince somebody that their perspective is right. Allow them to say their perspective and just listen. Because then they're going to listen to you. And not only that, you're going to gather more information about them. Allow someone to just reveal themselves to you. We're always quick to manipulate people into believing what we have to say because we think we're right as human beings. We think we're right what we have to say. You know, I can convince you, okay, I believe in this. This is right. But if you let someone sit down and they say what they have to say, then you're going to understand more of who they are and understand, okay, do I really like this person? Do you understand when I said that, do you like them? And I said, do I even like them? And you're like, do they like me? I talked a little bit about that. That's kind of the same thing. You have to tune into yourself. The let them theory allows you to tune into yourself and figure out who you are and figure out if you're going to allow people to do certain things.
When you let somebody be them, you really see their character, because being like telling them to do this and do that, like X, Y, and Z, whatever Kristen was saying, it changes them. It changes their character because they're trying to be like a better person for you. And that's not actually them being their real character. So that's why when somebody breaks up with you or you break up with them, you see their real character because they're backing off and they realize they don't have to do all that stuff for you. And that's the way they actually see you.
Not only that, and that is true, but I do think when you allow someone to just to let them be them,
They feel a lot more comfortable.
They feel a lot more comfortable. And I think if you're in a relationship and this doesn't always have to be negative. You could be in a relationship with someone and you let them be them and they show you their true colors and they're a genuine person. But you'll get to see that if you just let them be them. Don't manipulate them into who you are and what you want. And a lot of people do that. And sometimes that person feels obligated to do the things you want, not what they want to do, because they're afraid if they do what they want to do and not what you want to do, then there's going to be some sort of criticism for that and judgment. And people don't want that. People don't want negative criticism if they're going to do what they want to do and you don't appreciate it. That's where you just allow people to be them, because they reveal who they are. It allows the relationship to grow stronger. It allows things to blossom naturally. It allows you to have a sense of peace, because if people don't do what you want, and people aren't following how you feel you should be treated, then you know what you can do. It's about you. You know, if someone treats you bad, okay, they treat me bad, I'm cutting them off. If they treat me good, I keep them in my life. Then you can decipher between the good and the bad and not control, okay, I really like them in my life. They did something bad, but I don't want to let them go. Well, why are you keeping someone in your life who's treating you poorly? Why would we do that? If we just allow them to be them, they're going to show us who they are. They're going to naturally reveal their character, as you said, and you can decipher between the good and the bad and weigh your pros and cons here on what you want in your life and control how you feel. You can't control everything around you, so stop trying. It's not going to happen. You may get away with it for a minimum of time, right? But at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to control everything around you. It's just not going to happen. You can't control the people, so control yourself.
Yeah.
When you do the let them theory and apply it to your life, you just allow people to be them, and this is your life. You're going through life with your mindset of saying people can be people, but I'm going to be me, and how I feel about this situation is in my control.